Hi there, students. Virtue. Okay, virtue is a noun, countable and uncountable. And then you have the adjective virtuous and virtuously the adverb. Okay, a virtue is a good characteristic. I think that's the easiest definition. Normally we use virtue to talk about a good moral quality in a person. Yeah, being morally good, doing the right thing, conforming to what is thought to be moral and right within the society that you live in. Okay, so yeah, patience is one of his virtues. Yeah, moral excellence, goodness. Yeah, a very moral person, a very virtuous person. Yeah, very often we use a virtue to say something that is very effective. It works well. It's a good quality. So one of his virtues in English is that he understands people very well. Yeah, maybe grammar is not one of his virtues. It's not one of the things he's very good at. Okay, so a virtue. I think the adjective virtuous, this we use more to talk about moral standards. Yeah, so the Puritans in 17th century Britain, they tried to be virtuous, to have high moral standards, yeah, to not enjoy life. Okay, so virtuous, righteous. If you don't drink and you don't smoke, are you a virtuous person? Now, notice, virtuous in the past, as an old-fashioned meaning, meaning a woman who didn't have sex, yeah, a virgin. Yeah, somebody who was celibate, that would be virtuous. So, despite the situation, she managed to retain her virtue. Yeah, she didn't have sex with him. Okay, but that's really quite old-fashioned. I was thinking virtuosity as a noun of the quality. The virtuosity of his performance was quite incredible. So to a very high standard, following all the rules. Yeah. His virtuosity makes him seem righteous, pompous, and better than everyone else. Okay, so virtue, yeah, a beneficial quality, yeah, moral excellence, particularly moral excellence, a virtue. Do you see any virtue in going to see him now, or do you think we should wait until tomorrow? So notice, do you think it's any good? Do you think there is a good side to it? And then we have another phrase as well, by virtue of, because. So, by virtue of being born in the United States, he has the right to American citizenship. Yeah, virtue is not necessarily something that you get by believing in a religion. Virtue is through your actions. Yeah. Okay, so a virtuous circle, things that get better and better and better. This is the opposite of a vicious circle where things get worse and worse. I guess the opposite to a virtue is a vice. Yeah, so the vices. Let's see. According to Plato, the Platonic virtues are prudence, yeah, being careful and taking the appropriate course of action. fortitude, courage, strength, endurance, being able to deal with uncertainty or intimidation, temperance, self-control, being abstemious, using things in moderation, and then justice, being fair, being reasonable with people. And then there are many other subsequent virtues that can come from this. I think in the ancient world, virtue was personified as a god or a goddess. For example, Ma'at was the god of virtue, truth, and justice. Okay, so virtue, a good quality, a good moral quality, an advantage. Yeah, by virtue of, because of, as a result of. So what are the virtues of learning good English? Well, maybe it means you can get a better job, yeah, by virtue of the fact that you speak a foreign language, as a result of, because of, from. Okay, so virtue. The good qualities in a person, a good moral person. Okay, so formality, virtue. Virtue is one of his qualities. 5 in formality, use it anywhere. Virtuous. Yeah, 5 in formality anywhere. I think if you're using this to mean chaste or not having sex, I think probably 6.5 because it's rather old-fashioned. And then as to origin, well, it comes from Anglo-Norman, from Latin, virtus, meaning manliness, bravery, or moral excellence, from vir, a man, related to virile. So enough. Virtue, virtuous. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Virtue, virtuous.